Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spirit Wisdom Wednesday, where we gather here together in the sacred healing space and allow some beautiful spirit wisdom to flow through. If you are new here, hello, my name is Meredith, and this is my heart-centered business called The Healing Hummingbird. What I love to do is help healers and givers heal their grief, reclaim their power, and live their highest destiny. So welcome. I hope your May has kicked off to a great start. I know we're only a couple days in, which is why I really would love to do a May month ahead reading. So let's go ahead and get into this. This energy to me this year feels very exciting. It feels very vibrant and bright. So I hope you're feeling the same way. I have a feeling we have a lot to talk about in these groups. So let's go ahead and ground into this beautiful energy. I'm just going to place my hands over my heart and take a couple mindful breaths in. Of course, I welcome you to do the same. Let's inhale in. Lingering at the top of that inhale, and a slow, smooth exhale out. Let's inhale in again. Allowing that breath to linger at the top of that inhale, and just let it all go. Exhale out. Inviting our spirit guides to come near us now, we ask, which group holds my messages for the month of May? Remaining open to how that message might come through. You might just know that it's 1, 2, or 3. You might get a sensation, feel, see, or perceive something different. Or you could feel drawn to one of the very Taurus crystals that I have out today. So for group number 1, we have a Caribbean calcite tower. Very gentle, beautiful energy there. Group number 2, we have this chrysopyrite egg. It's quite heavy. So that's group number 2. And then for group number 3, I know this is Larimar. I believe maybe this is called mint Larimar. Anyway, big heart, very sizey heart. Okay. So we should have our groups decided. If you are watching the recording, feel free to pause the video and take some time to decide what pile you are most drawn towards. And then you could go ahead and fast forward to one of the timestamps provided in the description or the pinned comment below. So let's get started with group number 1. If you chose the Caribbean calcite tower, let's get your messages about your month of May. We're actually going to start with this deck for you, which is the Divine Abundance deck. So it feels like for group number 1, you may be stepping into a season of your life where you're really wanting to comfort and reparent yourself, focusing on the good things. So maybe you've gone through a period of challenge recently. Yeah, I'm feeling the need to make myself very comfortable. So you might be buying clothes that are really comfortable, really soft fabrics. Just making sure the home is very comfortable. Maybe you have some cozy slippers, or you start making yourself some tea in the evening. Let's see, for group number 1, what do they need to know about their month of May? I'm getting the number 3, so let's get 3 of these for you. Companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. We also have for you liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. And we also have trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. So for group number one, I feel like maybe you are healing ideas you've long held about companionship. You might be healing old relationships, old cords. So maybe you are getting into cutting cords, liberating yourself from family cycles. Maybe there's a cycle of dysfunctional relationships or communication breakdown, something like that. It feels like I am choosing my own way to free myself from this story. It's like you're rewriting a story. You might even be writing a story, or your own. You might be writing like a biography or something like that. But it feels like you've recently been getting signs about this, or messages, having realizations of old patterns of behavior that just don't resonate anymore. And it feels like you're trusting and integrating those lessons. So that's really beautiful. Let's see how that is shaking out for you in the tarot. Okay. For group number one, Spirit, what do they need to know about the month of May? It feels like this is someone, if you're not sure if this is your group or not, it feels like this companionship, it's like the shadow side of a companionship that's being healed. It feels like this is someone you would have lived with. So like a family member or a spouse, or just a serious relationship where you actually did live together. I'm getting that pretty clearly. Okay, let's scooch these on up here. Make some room for your messages. Okay, so for the tarot, we have the King of Pentacles. By the way, we are using the Cat Tarot. I absolutely love this deck. It is so adorable. I thought it really fit with the energy of May I've been feeling. King of Pentacles. We also have the Knight of Wands. And Ace of Wands, okay. All right. So yeah, I'm definitely getting a sense for group number one that you're healing a dynamic with a divine masculine. This person doesn't have to be physically masculine in this lifetime, but it feels like their energy is very yang, is very, let me go out and make something happen, instead of attracting and receiving as divine feminine energy does. So it looks like you are choosing to go your own way and liberate yourself from the ideas of this person. This could even be like father energy, I'm hearing. It's not that this person was obviously aggressively negative. They could have just been stuck in their ways, maybe not realizing that they were affecting you in a certain way. But it feels like you're taking your power back. It feels like you have refocused your priorities recently in your life and have decided to go after something that you truly care about, that you're very passionate about. So this could be a new career venture. This could be something creative and artistic, maybe even spiritual. But it looks like out of trusting, whatever you call your higher power, trusting the Lord, trusting the universe, about these signs that it's time to start a new cycle for yourself, you may have realized that you have a gift for something. You may have had a spiritual realization, maybe even a philosophical realization, or discovered, hey, I'm really good at art, or I'm really good at photography. I feel like I want to pursue this. But this really beautiful energy is like, it's not that you necessarily have to make money. You know what I mean? It feels like you want to do this because it's part of your purpose. It's a natural ability that you have, and it's something you truly, truly enjoy. So that could be something that maybe this other person didn't agree with in the past, or maybe didn't understand, but you're like, that's okay. It's okay if not everyone understands what I want to do, because it just makes me happy. So I love this for you, group number one. Let's see what lessons are working out this month as you're moving in your new direction For group number 1, what lessons are working out in May? What else do they need to know about their month, Spirit? Oh, that one wanted to come out. Feel like there's 2. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see what we've got here for group number 1. Happiness. Yeah, we were just talking about doing this and pursuing this just because it makes you happy. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. That's beautiful. I feel like that needs to go right over here with trust. So that's kind of a little tip from Spirit, from your guides here, group number 1. If you're ever, since this does seem like a brand new direction for you, if you're ever confused, like, am I making the right decisions? I'm not sure. Check in with yourself, and, you know, if you're happy, then yes, you're totally on the right path. That's like a compass for you. Okay. And then we also have for you worry. I am learning that worry does not change an outcome. Yeah, I feel like that has to do with letting go of these old cycles in relationships. It could be that this person, if this is really resonating for you, if this is your group, you probably already have a person in mind. They may have worried about you a great deal. You know, which we appreciate that. We appreciate when people love us enough to worry about us, but sometimes it can be a little confusing, you know, especially if they just kind of don't understand where you're coming from. What I'm trying to say is, like, the worry could be coming from a good place, but it's sort of misplaced, if that makes sense. You feel a bit more fiery, maybe a bit more creative than this other person, and they may not get that, and that's fine. Maybe you have an entrepreneurial streak. Not everybody has that, you know. Sometimes that can be scary. There's unknown involved, and this person is very practical, likes to have a lot of details, likes to have a plan. They might have been confused when you were like, I just want to figure this out, or I just want to explore. They're like, what are you talking about? So just another confirmation that you are absolutely doing the right thing by liberating yourself of someone else's expectations and doing what truly makes you happy. Going with the flow also. So let's get some spirit animal cards for you, group number 1. And see what else Spirit has to tell you about your month of May. Okay. What else does group number 1 need to know about the month of May, Spirit? Feels like a very creative time for them. What do they need to know? I'm hearing the number 2. Oh, look at that. And 2 wanted to slide on out, so we will take those. Okay, so we have for you Lamb. And we also have Black Egg. Beautiful. So this black egg over here is an element of spirit. You'll notice that the lamb is the element of earth. This has to do with divine expression or the throat chakra. So it feels like whatever you are pursuing, whether this is spiritual, creative, some type of new path that could potentially be career driven, but more about enjoyment at this point, has to do with some type of expression that maybe has been repressed in the past. So this could be like painting, anything where you are creating and then kind of displaying what you're doing. So that could be as simple as like posting a story on Instagram or just showing a friend what you made. It doesn't have to be like, I'm selling it. In fact, it feels like we're taking our time with this, which is a very Taurian or very Taurus idea, to take our time. Let's make sure that we're enjoying what we're doing and kind of like luxuriating in the energy. So almost kind of drawing things out, really savoring. Yeah, savoring is a perfect way to describe the energy that I'm feeling. And then also here with the lamb, this is a really beautiful, gentle energy, nurturing that part of yourself that's worrying. So maybe there's an echo. Okay, so it feels like either with a parental relationship or a romantic relationship where someone was worrying about you, it's almost like there's an echo chamber within you where sometimes you will still hear them worrying. But it's almost, you've almost kind of adopted part of that. And it's like you're being very gentle with that energy, saying, thank you for worrying about me. I really appreciate you're trying to protect me. However, I would love for you to have faith. It's like you talking to your inner child. I would love for you to trust that we are going to be okay, that we are happy, we're taken care of, we are free, and this is a time of exploration and joy. Wow. Man, I wish I would have picked this group. I love these messages for you. Okay, let's get a couple more. I have the botanical inspirations and then also bird messengers to kind of go along with the month of May, springtime or height of spring energy. Let's start with the bird messengers. Okay, group 1, month of May. Group 1, month of May. I also feel like things are quieting down. So it could be for you that things kind of picked up there. Maybe last month you had a lot to take care of, but it feels like this month we're able to kind of slow down and regroup in a way. So first we have Falcon. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Oh, interesting. And then we also have Blue Jay. The time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. And notice how these birds are facing opposite directions. I feel like this Falcon energy is where we're coming from since it's facing the past for you, group number 1. Like when I was shuffling, I had mentioned maybe the past month had been pretty action-packed for you, like having to make a lot of decisions, take care of details. Yeah, just like very decisive. Let's get this done. Boom, boom, boom. Let's make sure the taxes are good. It feels like you were taking care of very necessary kind of adult details, adulting. And now it feels like we're moving into this expressive, very happy, joyous energy where it's more about cultivating an ability. You might even be revisiting something that you used to do, that you used to really enjoy. It feels like you might be picking something back up. Yeah, it feels like there was a cycle that just finished out that had to do with relationships. So maybe you were working on healing that. And now you're able to revisit this old skill you used to work on with new eyes, with new ears. Like you're able to digest this information in a totally different way now. Very beautiful energy, group number 1. Very expansive, very inspired. And Taurus loves art. So this could be something that's just a very beautiful, sensitive experience. It feels like you're really nurturing yourself by tapping back into this. Okay, and now let's get a botanical inspiration for you to finish out your reading for group number 1 with their month of May. What is their takeaway message, Spirit? Oh, okay. We have Gloxinia, love at first sight and proud spirit. There is a shamanic connection to this card. I remember that from the book. So if you are interested in shamanism, that is another confirmation that you have chosen the right group. Of course, you know, I'm your hookup for shaman stuff. So if you are interested in any healings, please let me know. There's another butterfly here. So that is kind of confirmation from your guides that you are integrating a really beautiful healing that they want you to be proud of. They're very proud of you. And oh, interesting message coming in here about the love at first sight. It's almost like, it's like they're acknowledging that that's a really beautiful quality about you, but it feels like there's something that's more nuanced about your energy now. So I don't know what's changed for you, group number one, but it feels very beautiful and very mature. It feels like you're coming into your own. So maybe you used to like do things very quickly, run from one thing to another because you're just very passionate. You're just a very happy, good-natured person. So you want to do things that make you happy. You want to try a lot of things out, and that's really beautiful. But Spirit's saying this is different. Whatever the subject of this reading is for you, whatever you're picking back up, is different. It's like a very patient energy. You're really wanting to get into the details. Yeah, and I keep getting the word luxuriate, so really relish every moment. So if you're practicing or studying, it's like you're not putting that off. You're really digging into it and really enjoying every single step and finding beauty at every turn in your journey. So beautiful messages for you, group number one. Those were your messages if you chose the Caribbean Calcite Tower. Please let me know if that resonated in the comments below. I'm sending you tons of love and light for your month of May, and I will see you next time. Okay, let's get started with group number two. If you chose the chrysopyrite egg, it's a little heavy, but I love this piece. If you chose this piece, very Taurian crystal, by the way, pyrite. Let's go ahead and get your messages for the month of May. I'm already getting the word abundance for you, group number two. So you might be focusing on money, on career, making your bag, saving what feels good to you. Feels like we have a career and money focus for this group. So let's get into your tarot and see what to expect for the month of May. Okay, that one wanted to come out. I'm hearing the number 4 for you, so we'll get 4 tarot cards here. And I'm already hearing one clarifier, so there might be one that we need to clarify. Thanks for the heads up, Spirit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's see what we have so far. So first we have the Ace of Wands. The Hermit. Oh, I love that card. Isn't this deck just adorable? I love this. Oh, the Devil. This is the most hilarious card. Besides death in this deck is a vacuum cleaner, which if you know anything about kitties, they don't love the vacuum cleaner. And the Six of Wands. Okay, love a Six of Wands moment. All right. They did say we would need a clarifier. Let me go ahead and get that. I'm not exactly sure what they mean. I think they want me to put it on top as like a theme. This is a big month for you, group number 2. You have 2 major arcana. We only drew 4 cards so far. Oh, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, we'll sit him right up here to kind of look over his domain. Yeah, I feel like this is the energy that you are stepping into, that you are attracting. Group number 2, it's like, let me get ahead of my business. Let me get ahead of my finances. A king is someone who is a master of the suit. And of course, Pentacles is like material, home, things that are based in the 3D world. So this is someone who is good at business, just naturally good with finance. So you're like, let me get this in gear. Let me get really serious about this. I really want to co-create with Spirit and start to call more shots in my life. Love that for you. It looks like, okay, so they want to focus here first, the Hermit and the Devil. So I feel like you're coming out of a period where you have been hermiting, or maybe even single, just kind of hanging out on your own for a while. But it feels like you didn't want to get caught up in other people's bullshit, to be just totally frank. That's another Taurian idea for sure. But the devil is here to kind of challenge you a little bit on that. It's like, it's really just personal beliefs and maybe even judgments about, it could even be about yourself or different connections that you had in the past. There's some type of shadow element that you've been working on healing on your own. It's like retreating to heal and retreating to let your perspective change. I'm being drawn into this eye up here. So I feel like you had a third eye moment, kind of realizing or opening your own eyes to past behaviors, past relationships that were karmic. So it actually feels like you are already working on that and moving into this energy of the Six of Wands, which is beautiful. I love this for you. This is victory, public recognition. So if you have a business, people are calling, they are making appointments, they are wanting a piece of your energy. Or if you have applications out, you're getting offers. Ooh, so this is a message about amplification and multiplication. So you started with the Ace, a realization like, I need to do something with my career, or I need to pursue something more. This does feel career for me, group number 2, especially because we have Pyrite. And then by the end of the month, we have 6 wands. So that's really beautiful. I feel like you have more clients and more offers than you are giving yourself credit for, which we love that. Let's see what lessons are working out for you, group number 2. We have the devil here, so I'm very interested to see what type of lessons are working out in the month of May for you. I'm also hearing lightning and thunder. It's not storming here. I'm like hearing that in my auditory channel. So I feel like you may have had a tower moment, and I'm hearing the number 3. So I feel like you've been dealing with a tower moment over the past 3 months, within the past 3 months. So that's just a total, potentially shocking change. Just kind of letting the dust settle and figuring out what the heck to do since then. So first we have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I'm hearing the number 3. I think we have another lesson. We also have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Yeah. It's almost like you've been worried to move forward, not wanting to repeat the same mistakes that you have before. And I don't think that you are, group number 2. I don't think that's something that you need to worry about. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah, it feels like there's pressure mounting for you to get something done. You're definitely going to get it done. You have a victory card here. But this has not been easy for you. You know, you've been dealing with this shadow work on your own. But it feels like in this new chapter of your life that you're stepping into, you're going to meet more of your people. More of your people. There's something about your visibility that's changing. So if you're stepping into a new career, or maybe you've kind of done some networking recently, it feels like a lot more people, I'm hearing tenfold. It feels like way more people are aware of you. A lot of people are thinking about you, group number 2. So I love that for you. Let's see what else Spirit wants to let you know about the month of May. Oh, that one already flipped over. Fox. Love that card. Bee. Okay. I love a bee moment. I think that's it. I think just 2 of those for you. Seeing a lot of yellow. So beautiful work, beautiful healing on the solar plexus chakra, realizing your worth and moving forward, allowing yourself to be seen. I want to start with the bee over here. The bee is also about abundance, but for me, it's mostly about happy work. So you could have had a limiting belief or maybe such a negative experience in the workplace that you doubted and worried that it was even possible to have a good experience, to have a good boss, to have a good job where you feel comfortable. And believe me, if this is you, I relate to you. Some of my experience have been that bad. But the bee needs community, needs structure. So I feel like that you've realized that about yourself and you're seeking it. Now with the fox, you're very cunning, my friend. You are very smart. You're very flexible. So please don't doubt your ability to deal with the challenges that have been handed to you. Maybe you're going into a totally new field that you've had no experience with. Or this could be a message to remain open to fields that you don't have any experience in. I just feel like you're really versatile, and I feel like people subconsciously pick that up about you. I feel like you interview very well and you integrate into a group of people very quickly. Those are huge advantages, group number 2. Please do not discount that. That is extremely valuable. Okay, let's get your abundance cards. Because look at all these lessons. I'm pretty sure you are working on double the lessons as group number 1. So hang in there. That's a lot. Yeah, I feel like you're finally able to step into the sun. I feel like you've been in the shadow for a while. So I'm really happy for you. Okay. Let's see. Divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Sanctity. Oh, I don't see this one very often. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Interesting. And freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. I love that is covering the devil for you. Release me from those perceived bonds. The devil is all about perceived stuckness. It can also be about addictive patterns as well. So maybe you're really working on that, and you're definitely going to experience freedom from that in the month of May. Very happy to say. I also feel like this message about sanctity, and I feel like this is my group, so I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm not going to hold back. I feel like you have too long been trying to do this all by yourself, group number 2, which is ironic because I feel like you're a deeply spiritual person. You're not afraid of the shadow work. You really lean into it, especially if you're anything like me. I lean into shadow work too. But your spirit guides are like, we are here. Please offer problems to us. In other words, please tell us that you need help. There's very little that we can do if you're not willing to talk to us. So it's like having to remind myself, oh yeah, I have spirit guides. Oh yeah, the universe is conspiring in my favor. I don't have to make up and discover and relearn everything all by myself. So that's a huge message, huge piece of advice for the month of May. Remembering that you're not alone. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you're very cunning. You're very smart and very adaptable. You can make it on your own, but it's hard. You know, you don't have to be alone. You do not have to be alone. Okay. What else for group number 2? Oh, that one flashed. We'll take that. One more. I think one flipped over in here. Oh, 2 flipped over. Okay, we'll take those. We have the Wren. Be bold and confident. Use your resources to create your dreams. We have the Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Exactly. Remember, we still have the Hermit under there, so that's where you're coming from. And Meadowlark, smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. Beautiful. I actually feel like you're already doing that, the inner discovery, but it's like something about that work is going to connect you to other people. So you might be reconnecting with people from your past, and you're able to relate to them in new ways now that you've done a deeper level of spiritual work. But part of that is having the confidence to go out there and be part of social situations but with the Hermit here, you know, that might not be your natural default after being on your own for so long. So Spirit is really trying to kind of push you with these beautiful yellow colors out here. Like, just give it a shot. Just go to the thing, go to the party, leave when you want, but it's going to be okay. And it's really important for you to connect with these people right now, okay? All right. Beautiful. Let's get your Botanical Inspirations card for group number 2. Whoa. I dropped these and they split right here. So I'm going to take this top one. And I feel like that's another message for you, group number 2. I feel like you might get some messages from Spirit in unexpected ways. So keep an eye out for that. But we have honeysuckle for you. Domestic happiness and devoted affection. I also have a really special memory of honeysuckle that has to do with my dad. So you might be spending time with family this month. It feels like really special, beautiful memories are happening in the month of May for you. So another parting message for you, group number 2, is to remain present through all of these changes, even though you've worked so hard on your inner work. And now that you're focusing this all into career, that's going to be very successful for you. But please allow the people around you who love you to help you, okay? I know that's not a natural tendency for you, but they're there because they care about you. Group number 2, they really, really do. Yeah, and Taurus loves a happy family. So again, go to the parties. Say happy birthday to people who have birthdays around you. You know, just little things that are very thoughtful go a really long way and will help you feel very connected to your community and your family. I do feel like you have people around you, group number 2. You might just be kind of dismissing how many people you have around you in your circle. Okay, so those were your messages if you chose group number 2 with the Chrysopyrite egg. I hope that resonated. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Sending you tons of love for your month of May, and I will see you next time. Okay, let's get started with group number 3. If you chose the Mint Larimar heart, get a good look at that beautiful crystal. Let's go ahead and get your messages for the month of May. We will start with this deck that you've chosen. For group number 3, I'm getting mother energy big time. Mother connection, mother wound, mother relationship. Something is going on there. Let's see, Spirit. What does group number 3 need to know about their month of May? Besides mother, 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 what about the mother? What lessons are being worked out? Hearing the number 3, so we'll get 3 of these for you. And we're actually going to choose these in a different method than in any of the other groups. Okay. These need to cooperate a bit. Yeah, maybe we have a message here about cooperation. Okay, we'll do this one, and this one. There's our 3. I'm hearing we're doing things differently. So that might be something going on with the mother energy or mother relationship. Feels different. We have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Oh, how interesting. Also have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And envy, I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges. I am very interested in these outside cards referencing everyone and everybody 2 times. Feels like kind of a challenge going on with the mother energy. You could feel that there is pride that has been a blockage in the past position here. So communication could have been challenging in the past. It could even feel like there's unspoken envy here. One of you could feel that the other had an easier time of things or just doesn't understand what you've been through at all. There is shared gratitude here, though, that has kept the relationship going even through potentially even periods of like communication breakdown or through challenges. It feels like gratitude has kept you somewhat together, or at least grounded. It's not like someone has totally disowned the other person, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like you've totally separated. I'm getting, again, mother energy, mother side of the family. Definitely divine feminine relationship between two divine feminine energies. So let's get some tarot in here. Okay. Let's see what's going on for group number 3. With the mother energy, mother side of the family. What do they need to know about the month of May? Why are we bringing up these lessons with this relationship? Okay, so let's drop cut. Again, we're doing things a bit differently for this group. All right, so we have the Hierophant, or Hierophant, however you say that. That's a Taurus card, by the way. The Knight of Wands. Oh. And the King of Cups. Okay. I feel like we need a couple more. So we're going to clarify. We have the Three of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of people involved here. Interesting. So, if the mother scenario is resonating for you, it feels like this is you too. We're the cups here. Where the King of Cups is someone who is very mature, very emotionally intelligent, very good at communication. The Knight of Cups is very sweet, very sensitive, spiritual, even psychic maybe, much more open and receptive than the King. Now, if these were reversed, which in past arguments they probably were, the King of Cups could be prone to extreme depression, maybe even mood swings, someone who could even be emotionally manipulative. I know that's a little like dark and out there, but we've got pride and envy up here. You know, these are heavy energies that you are working with, group number 3. So I really want to acknowledge what you're dealing with. It feels like there's someone else involved in this situation. Maybe you have a sibling that you're able to talk to, someone who's quite different from you. So if this is you who is highly intuitive, very receptive, very curious, you see how she has her head in that bowl there. And the owl here indicates wisdom to me. This other person or sibling or friend, someone who's very similar in age to you, would be someone who's very bright, funny, vibrant, and kind of like, we love the Knight of Wands, but he is a little easily distracted. So it feels like this person would be helpful in providing a different perspective on this dynamic here. With the Three of Swords, there's definitely been heartbreak. There's definitely been a feeling of betrayal, of like maybe even saying something so harsh that it makes you feel like your heart is broken. Okay, and that's on the same level as the card that I'm feeling is representative of you. So it feels like you may have had feelings of heartbreak or like, I don't know what to do about this relationship. I don't know how to fix this. And it feels like there's a friend who, if they aren't physically the same age as you, their soul might be the same age as you. Someone who you view as a peer, who's able to kind of discern and help you navigate this in a totally different way, which is really beautiful. The Hierophant back here, in the past position under Pride, it feels like this is a structure that is falling away. So Hierophant is about traditional structure, like respecting your elders, working within existing, I know I keep saying the word structures. So it could be that this at times has gotten so challenging with the parent, with the other person, that if you're the child, you were like, I don't care. I don't have to respect you just because you raised me. Like, I don't owe you what you're saying I owe you, if that makes sense. So if this person's really traditional, that probably resonates a lot for you. Like, even if you all have been adults for a really long time, they might be like, why don't you respect what I say? Why don't you just do what I say? It's like, listen, it's not the same anymore. Like, you know, I'm a lot older. There could be things that you need my help with. So this person might be very rigid in their thinking and their patterns. You might be trying to help them accomplish normal things. Maybe they have some physical challenges. They probably don't want to hear that. They want to be in charge and they want you to act the same as you always did. And you know what? That's unreasonable. So I understand why this has been difficult for you to navigate. But I am happy to say that, especially in May, it seems that there is gratitude that is shared with both of you. So maybe you've been busy trying to work on this and cultivate love within yourself, and it feels like the other party is finally going to reflect that back to you. Okay, we have 3 that came out. Oh, this is a big reading for you. We have the Whale, the Golden Egg, my favorite, and the Phoenix. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is like a total ego death that has happened here. Incredible. So the Whale, and this makes sense since both of you have come out as cups. The Whale is the master of the suit of water in this deck. So this represents huge, very deep, profound emotional work. You probably did this on your own without this person. That's totally fine. Sometimes we need to do that. There's been a huge transformation where maybe you felt like you had to mourn any hope of transformation with the other person. You're like, well, maybe I can at least process this trauma that I experienced, integrate the lesson, and grow from it. And you did. Spirit is saying you absolutely did. I also believe this is definitely the sacral chakra. So this probably really affected your romantic relationships, this connection with the mother or divine feminine energy. So there was probably a shadow aspect hanging on that you were seeing repeated in romantic relationships. And then sitting on top here in the Golden Egg, this is all about your heart. Really, really beautiful. Shared gratitude, shared love. You're very protected. You feel very healed and very held. Look at that nest. It just feels like you're really nurturing yourself in ways that this person could not. And maybe that was really difficult to accept for a long time. Like, I just want this person to love me. It could even be that this person had difficulty saying that. Maybe that wasn't natural. It just feels like this other person, the divine feminine that I'm picking up on, is just extremely pragmatic, almost to a fault. Like, it could be hard to get them to talk about anything emotional. They might not remember, might not care to remember, or might not see a point in it. But it feels like you've really built your own nest to house and protect yourself and really nurture your inner child. So So I absolutely love that. And it feels like you might have been asking yourself, why? Why did all this happen? Why did this have to be so difficult? And it just feels like there's something about you that's very curious. And it's like some of these things unfolded because, so it's like between lives, we're going to get really deep here. There's something very philosophical about you as well, group number 3. So you probably don't mind this moment of philosophy. But between lives, we choose what we are working on in the next lifetime. And it's like, you know, something about this connection has to do with that huge life lesson that you chose for this lifetime. And it's like all these bits and pieces, all of these details, you're very astute, you're very observant. Something about all of these details falling into place, you were able to perceive and then kind of get sucked into this portal of heart healing. So that's part of why things unfolded the way they did. Just gonna scooch everything over just a little bit here. Okay, let's get your abundance cards for May. You've really been doing your work, group number 3. Okay. Group number 3, we have gratitude. That's the second time gratitude has come up for you. You might have a daily gratitude practice. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. And grief. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. You could have felt very alone in grief. It could be that there's grief connected to the mother, maybe the other parent as well. Feels like there's some type of family grief that you felt like, I have to deal with this on my own, I guess. It's like, I wish my mother, or I wish this divine feminine were here with me, physically or at least emotionally, to help me deal with this. I think my camera cut out for a minute, so I'm going to repeat that message just in case that didn't come through. It's like, I wish my mom or whoever this divine feminine is could meet me on this level of grief so that we could deal with this together. That's like the wish here of the inner child for you, group number 3. And then on the bottom of the deck, you have surrender. So I feel like you have absolutely done that and created your own transformation and your own healing. Beautiful. Let's get a couple more messages for your month of May, group number 3. Spirit, what do they have to look forward to after this deep transformational work? Okay. All right. And then this guy wants to come out down here. We have the peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Beautiful. And that's right by the phoenix. And then we also have white swan. The power of the divine, the power of divine grace is within you. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel like you have totally shifted vibrationally, like you're able to sustain a higher vibration than you ever have before. And I feel like people really are able to perceive that about you, and that is very attractive. So keep that in mind. You have a lot of eyes on you, group number 3. Your energy is just so vibrant and beautiful after all of this deep healing. And it also feels like there could be some difficult memories from childhood here with Swan that have transformed into something beautiful. So I feel like maybe you're working and revisiting some of those memories, and truly surrendering all of it. Just like, okay, let's relive it one more time so I can truly let it go and truly, truly heal. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get your, parting message for your botanical inspirations. Apparently you have 2 that flew across the table. We have yellow rose, enthusiasm and friendship. Beautiful. Yeah, we had talked about that friend who was able to help you perceive this relationship. And garden heliotrope, devotion and dreams fulfilled. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. So maybe you're dreaming of more relationships, of more friends, deepening current friendships, attracting more friendships, maybe that are local to you. It sounds like that is going to be a major opportunity for you, group number 3. Just make sure you're allowing yourself to be seen. I'm seeing a lot of yellow, a lot of gold for you. So we're really working on that solar plexus chakra, on our self-worth. Feels like that has really been affected by this maternal relationship. And so it looks like devoting that energy, that healing energy to yourself is going to multiply for you and manifest in the form of divine and aligned friendships and relationships. Beautiful. I just heard a new cycle begins. So you are definitely writing a new story for yourself, group number 3. Those were your messages if you chose the mint Larimar. I hope that resonated. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time.